Welcome to another Cuke Audio episode of Life in Bali. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogette Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever you want within the confines of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. That introductory music you heard was from the local group here in Bali, Traffic Blues. And that was Samba Pati with Gus Suteja featured on the lead guitar there. And that's who we're going to start talking to. And then later, we'll be talking with his daughter, Ida Ayu Radha, who's in her last year of high school and has some interesting things to say to us. Gus comes in at 16 minutes, and she comes in at 46 minutes and 48 seconds. I'd like to do a little virus report here. I see 2 more people have died of the COVID-19 virus since a week ago. And now there have been almost 4,300 people test positive, but 3,751 of those have already recovered. So we've got a few hundred who are dealing with it now. It's still pretty well under control, and it's really amazing. Now they were going to try to open up in September, and now they're going to try to open up in December. I'm really amazed that the local government's being very, very cautious. And it's the economy here is so totally dependent on tourists. I mean, it's really hard on a lot of people. But also, it's open to local, to Indonesian tourists, but there's not a lot coming. People here, everybody's wearing masks. I don't see any resistance. When people get alone, they break the rules and stuff. But so far, so good. But I worry about the economy here and the people. We're doing what we can, we chip in and help the people we know and give them Simbako, which is staples, basic staples, and pay extra and stuff like that, and are paying some people who are hardly getting any work, even if they don't work. But, we got to be careful how much we do. But there's lots of kites in the air. Lots of kites. I noticed we just had Independence Day here, which is, it's the 17th of August. And Indonesia's been independent from Holland since 1945. Right after the war was over. They fly their big red and white flags. It's just a big red stripe on top and a big white stripe on the bottom. They're all over. But people don't pay much attention to it. Usually I hear some fireworks going. I just haven't been hearing fireworks. Usually you hear fireworks, for no reason any time. And if there's a special day like that, you'll hear a lot of them going off here and there. They don't have a lot of rules against them or anything. But We didn't notice any. But anyway, the beaches are open. People are being careful. They're not crowded at all. There's, the local boule or foreigners are going, there's some. And, there's, our favorite place near here is open. And the water's a little cleaner. There's less trash in it. We don't get a lot of trash here. But anyway, things are going along pretty smoothly, and I hope they can open up in December and that things get back to normal for the sake of the local people. But let me tell you something, they're resilient. And I've probably said all this before, but, like we know people who had jobs like drivers or whatever, they were dealing with foreigners. They have places to go back to. Komang, whose driver who picked up Katrinka at the airport, that was the only job he'd had in 4 months. He's been working on his brother's farm. And so they have a lot, they can fall back on a lot of things. I think Bali can survive. It could survive no tourists because it's a strong culture. They can always fall back on agriculture and just taking care of themselves. America's got a much bigger problem with that. I've read analyses, long ago when I used to be into the anti-nuclear weapons thing, the nuclear freeze and all, of what would happen if the power grid broke down in America and transportation broke down. It's predicted there'd be mass starvation. Americans are totally dependent on the grid and on other people bringing them food. They're not close to the farm anymore. But, people are resilient, even if they don't have that background. A lot of times people can can surprise us how quickly they can adapt to a new situation. Oh, before we call Gus, I want to tell you a little bit about the restaurants he was involved with. The Greenleaf is the first one we went to, and I talked to him about it a little. It was really nice. I don't know if it was vegetarian, but that's what we ate there. Maybe it was. And you had really good stuff. It was really a nice restaurant. And then, but it's hard for anything to stay open here because there's too much of everything, which is a shame. And sometimes, your favorite place will close because they just don't have enough customers because there's just so much competition everywhere. They way overbuild everything, and I'm sure you've heard me complain about that numerous times if you've listened to other Life in Bali podcasts. Anyway, so he went into business with Ben Patra, and I talk about, meeting Ben just briefly in passing. Well, Ben is young, Gus is 62, and Ben was like, 28 when I met him, when he and Ben went into business, starting in the same place where Greenleaf was, starting a restaurant called Annapurna. And it was so neat. Now Ben had worked in a restaurant in Australia somewhere that he modeled it after, in which people could pay what they wanted. So, Ben, it's sort of very idealistic, and he's an idealistic person. His mother is Kim Patra, who we had as a guest a few weeks ago here, who's the midwife, nurse practitioner, and Ben's running a restaurant, his own restaurant in Spain now, serving Indonesian and other types of food. Spain or Portugal? Maybe he's in Portugal. Anyway, he's over there. He was back recently for a while. And his brother, Chris, is, like his mother, Kim, she performs a lot. And we went out with a song of hers, Tiger, Tiger. Chris performs a lot, too. He's very, very good. And when we first met them, the three of them would perform together. And they'd sing together at Annapurna. It's a very musical family. And Annapurna was a very musical place. There was always music. And Kim's band, Tabasco Jam, would play there on, I don't remember which night, like Thursday nights. And there'd be open mic. And, Gus is the lead guitarist for it. And Teddy, who's Kim's man, was the drummer. And, it was so cool. And, there was like a buffet. And it was a lot of Indian, it was, Indonesian food, Indian food, a little American, European influence. And it'd be like a little buffet. Take what you want, pay what you want. They'd charge for beer. And it was so great. But, after a year and a half, it went out of business, which is too bad because we would eat there twice a week. I would, when I wrote a new song, I'd play it there. And they'd have like a poetry reading. I even saw a neat documentary film on horrors on the burning of the rainforests in Kalimantan. Horrible for progress. But it finally closed down. Ben's just got too soft a heart. And the problem is that employees were stealing. It didn't take them stealing much. There was one woman who was sort of running it under him, who had to be let go because she was stealing. But there was other stuff like that. And they had such a wonderful head cook. And he's a good cook, too. I mean, it was good. But, Chris married the daughter of another family which has restaurants, a woman from Australia named Gloria, and she has a bunch of really nice places we like. Gardenia's right near here. And she's got a place called the Man Shed, which is, it's sort of cavernous. It was an old warehouse, and it's got old cars in it. I mean, in it. And old bicycles and motorbikes hanging from the ceiling and all sorts of, it's a real trip. And it's still open, but it has closed. And why did it close? Because of employees stealing. And who were those employees? They were relatives of Gloria and her husband, who's Balinese. And it's just a problem here. There's not a lot of violent crime or coming up and robbing you. It's a little bit, but not much. But, as in Kim's podcast, as you heard her say, they don't have a word for borrow. I mean, they were so communal for so long. And anyway, but Annapurna was great, and I just wanted to let you know that. So that's enough of all that. Let's give a call to Gus now, spelled G-U-S, and you'll see I pronounce it Gus. It's hard not to. And then we'll speak with him a while, and then we'll talk with his daughter, Radha, and we'll go out with Radha singing with his band. It's the only thing I could find. There's stuff I've heard her sing that is better, but this is just the tail end of a song. Make It Rain, him playing some guitar and her singing Make It Rain as it goes out. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hello, Gus. How are
Hey,
you?
how are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
just asking Radha to explain, and now I get it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Um, so I met you. Your name is Gus Suteja,
yeah, that's right.
and we met at Annapurna.
Yeah, long time ago,
Yeah, that was
about 6 years ago.
6.5 years ago, I'd say. Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. And you were half owner with Ben.
Yes,
And
with Ben.
before that, it was Greenleaf, which you owned, a really, really nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Uh, and so, um, I wanted to ask you. I mean, you're a really good guitar player. Uh,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, I mean, always wonderful hearing you. Uh,
Thank.
and I first heard you playing there, I guess, with Tabasco Jam, huh?
Yeah, that's right. With Mama Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, when did you start playing music?
Oh, I started playing music when I was in finished high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then but we start playing music when I was first year in high school, but not very serious. And then after we finish high school, we do focus on guitar.
Did you
Yeah,
play guitar in high school?
yeah. I just play acoustic, and then when we finish high school, we start to play with the band, like making a band, small band, jamming, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I went to I I want to know more about music, like, and then we went to Kuta, and also we went to Sanur
Mm-hmm.
at the Sagara village. That was the first band we played.
Oh, at Sagara Village.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
yeah, nice
that
place.
all Sagara village is very different, and we play like something like very old song like Frank Sinatra,
Yeah, yeah.
Elvis, or something. And then after that we played in Kuta by my I mean play acoustic in some small restaurant like Italian restaurant, and we play there like we got a little money because
Mm-hmm.
we just start.
What type of music did you play in the Italian restaurant?
In Italian restaurant, I play just normal music like country music.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah,
were you alone or with other people?
with other friend actually because I didn't sing much, so I always need a partner with sing with me.
Uh-huh. And did your friend play an instrument also?
Yeah, his name Buyung. He live in Melbourne, Australia. He play instrument and sing, so I just accompany him like what we did with me and Kim, acoustic style.
Mm-hmm. What instrument did he play?
He play guitar too,
Yeah, two
acoustic
guitars.
guitar. Yeah, two guitar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And and then what happened after that?
After that, we getting enjoy playing more music. There was music like Bob Dylan, James Taylor, uh, Neil Young, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we play mostly like once a week, and then after we play like twice a week, and then three times a week. Then I get a regular gig,
Mm-hmm.
and then continue and keep doing that, and then meet many Western people and practice my English. And we have met a lot of Western Australian friends. Mostly, they enjoy the music,
Mm-hmm.
so they become my friend too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I start doing business. I do a wedding band. So we do a lot of wedding band for Western wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
what type of music did you do for weddings?
For wedding, we have to do like romantic music. We have to do that. I mean, sometimes we give them our song list, and then they choose the song from our list.
Oh, I see.
Or sometimes they have special requests that if not on the list, so that is my like my homework.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to find out the chord, everything, and then we do it for the wedding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. After the wedding, and we have more income, money income, and then it's good business for me because when we start, it's not many competition.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah, and there is no internet yet, and I was very busy. And then
Yeah.
from that, I got saved a lot of money. I mean, enough money for build a house, buy a car, and then I start doing another business like make a Greenleaf.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, make a
What
restaurant.
yeah, what year did you start Greenleaf?
Greenleaf, we start for special food like organic food.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
What year?
oh, what year? That was, hang on, 6 years ago is uh Annapurna. So the before 6 years is Greenleaf.
Uh-huh.
So it's about 8 years ago. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that was about 5 years we running the Greenleaf,
Mm.
and then after we joined with Benny, it's become Annapurna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I went over, I just lived a 5-minute walk away.
yeah,
And a, uh, a, a Western guy, I can't remember where he's from, that
yeah,
Katrinka and I met the first, I mean, right after we moved to Sanur, maybe
yeah.
we'd been in Bali for 10 days.
Okay.
We met him. His name is Sean, I think. Sean. Do you know
Sean.
him? He
I think so. It look familiar, that name in
uh,
the, yeah,
he works a lot in Timor. He's Timor uh, with forests, and he's working now there with on helping people in. Oh, he's working in New Guinea now, helping
uh,
people start you know, create
oh yeah,
self-supporting businesses. Uh,
yeah. I think I know him. Yeah,
yeah, very
yeah,
interesting guy. Well, he took us. We met him on Jalan Buyan, right near there,
yeah,
in front of this art store, and just started talking. So he
yeah,
came by,
yeah.
and we said, let's have lunch. And he took us to Greenleaf for lunch.
Yeah.
And that was good. And you had a really good tofu burger.
Oh yeah, yeah. Our
Yeah.
special is tofu tempeh burger. Tofu.
Oh, yeah. And then
Yeah.
another day I was going there and it had closed and it was changing,
Yeah.
but Ben was sitting inside, and you
Yeah.
know, the inside and the outside, there's just a little planter pot in between.
Yeah.
And so I started talking to Ben, and he was very cool.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, we'll be open soon."
Yeah.
So there was Annapurna. That
Yeah.
was great. Where do you come from?
I'm actually I was born in Denpasar, but my village in like my grandfather, grandmom village is in Gianyar, near
Gianyar,
near Ubud.
near Ubud, right?
Yeah, but my parents was live in Denpasar, and I was born in Denpasar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And when were you born?
I was born in Jalan Belimbing, is center of Denpasar.
Yeah, but when were
Oh,
you
that
born?
was I was 58, 1950.
58.
Yeah,
Ah,
this September. I'm
uh-huh.
very old.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
58. That would make you 62 now.
yeah. Next
That's,
September is 62.
oh, you'll be 62 in September.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, you look younger. Good for you.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always look. Musician always look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I was telling you the other night at Umba, where you were playing with Kim
Yeah.
and with your daughter, who
Yeah.
we'll get to in a while. Uh, I was telling you, you don't act. I mean, everybody's different,
Yeah.
but you don't seem Balinese
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, you
Yeah.
could be Balinese, you could be Javanese, and like I told you, you could be from South Africa. Uh,
Yeah.
maybe you've been around a lot of Westerners and international people, and uh,
Yeah.
that sort of changed the way you talk and act or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Because my ex is like more international. I love traveling. I've been to around Europe. I've been to Australia about maybe more than 6 times.
Oh, I'd say
And
yeah, yeah.
I've been to Singapore, Thailand, everywhere.
Oh, that's great. And
Yeah.
how did you go playing music?
Some place I was in Australia. I play music twice. Like we have a friend for wedding birthday. It's not wedding, but birthday for maybe like some special day
Uh huh.
in the very country village outside of Melbourne, and I love it. I mean, very quiet and very nice, very peaceful. It was in the place I forgot the name. There was very countryside, very
Mm-hmm.
not is away from the city,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that. And then I play there, and then the give we have little money. I always every time I have money, I always use the money for traveling. I love traveling, like a backpacker.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
In Europe, I stay in Holland. I stay in a hostel. Is one room. There is about 10 people in one room,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that. I mean, I met many other people from other country.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
That's neat.
yeah.
That's neat. Um, so, what was it like for you growing up? What was your childhood like? What were your
Uh,
parents like? What did your father do? And
okay, okay. I was my parent is immigrant from Gianyar to Denpasar without money, and then he work at he start working at the post office
uh huh.
as a using a bicycle to bringing letter for everyone around Denpasar. And then every morning, every day, they just bring a letter to to receive a letter. And then my parents no house, no land, and then we just rent a house. He just rent the house with family, and then many time move the house, move every place in Denpasar. And then one day, my father and my mom saving money, buy a very small house in Jalan Seruni in Denpasar. There was only about 10 meters square, with house with no tile, house just with alang roof.
Alang roof?
Yeah, like grass roof.
Yeah, reed. That's reed.
Yeah. It's very cheap before, and we don't have to buy. We just take around the rice field, around the jungle, and then my father make the house by himself. And then he's like handyman. He like walking everything. Everything can do. He fix push bike. He make the house. He make everything. And then my father and my mom selling stone like jewelry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And she's just go to around house to the rich people, and then selling the jewelry, antique ring or anything like that.
Did she sell to Balinese or to tourists?
Only to Balinese. She didn't. She never studied. She didn't even writing. She didn't. Yeah. We can. Long time ago, my grandfather cannot afford to pay for the school. Yeah. So my father is just finished at the elementary school, like 6 years in the school, and then get a job. Yeah, like that. And then my father passed away, my mother passed away, and
How old were you?
When my father died when he was about 60, 65 years old.
And how old were you?
That was when I was about, hang on, about 28 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm already hang around. I mean, always young men not stay home. Always stay in other friend house.
Yeah.
To friend, yeah. And then never stay home. And because I don't, we cannot, my parents cannot afford to buy guitar, anything like that. So I'm very want to play guitar, and then I always stay in the house where my friend has guitar. And the friend who has guitar, he don't play much than me, because he's not, he's rich, but he can afford to buy guitar, but he don't serious to play guitar. So I don't need to buy guitar. I always stay in friend who has sing guitar. Yeah, actually I never buy guitar till I only been it's always I'm just very lucky. It's always friend give me guitar for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
How old were you when you owned your own guitar?
Well, that was I start him on. Yeah, that's about 30 years old, and I start. Yeah,
That's great. That's
friend
great.
give me guitar, acoustic guitar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and also friend Australian friend give me guitar. Many. I have about more than 12 guitar, I think.
Oh,
Now, yeah,
oh, really?
yeah. I just lucky. I mean, the rich Indonesian people from Jakarta give
Mm.
me very expensive guitar.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a very rich, super rich Indonesian, Chinese Indonesian from Jakarta,
Yeah.
and he saw me playing. He owned like every Indo food, Indo me, Indo all Indo that is belong to him.
Mm.
And then he give me one Gibson, one Telecaster, one PSR. That
Wow.
yeah, the the guitar is the Gibson acoustic is signed by Chet Atkin. You know Chet Atkin? Chet
Oh,
Atkin.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure, of course.
yeah,
Signed by Chet Atkins. Pretty
yeah.
good. Pretty
Chet
good.
Atkin. And then that guitar it was very old now. It
Wow.
was about maybe let's say 20 years ago.
Yeah.
He gave to me, and
Yeah.
then now if you check on the internet, that guitar is cost about 70 million.
How much?
70 million rupiah.
That's about $5,000.
Yeah, it's about $5,000, and it's very lucky.
Pretty
And
good.
it's that this is very limited,
Yeah.
very limited also.
You might be able to get more too for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I used to have a. Do you know what a Gibson J45 is?
Is that acoustic or electric?
It's a Gibson J45 was acoustic,
Okay, yeah. I
uh,
don't know yet. Yeah, I
and it
didn't.
was worth a few $1,000s. I bought it years ago,
Oh
and
yeah.
then, but I I ran over it in my with my car. Uh,
Oh,
it was I was parked in a field, and I put it behind the car, and the trunk wouldn't open, and I thought, oh yeah, the keys are in front,
oh yeah.
and I went in front, and I forgot it was back there, and then I backed up the car over it,
Yeah.
uh, and I ended up giving it to a man who's very well known for fixing guitars. He gave me $100,
Okay.
but and he said he would fix it and make it like new, maybe. But I just, you know,
Yeah.
it better for him to have it.
Oh yeah.
uh, um, um, when so uh, your family was Hindu,
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly.
and you're Brahmins, is that right?
Brahman. Oh,
Yeah,
Brahmana. Brahmana. Yeah.
Brahman. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Brahmin is from India.
Yeah.
Brahmana, same thing.
Yeah.
Um, so what Brahmana? The priests come from Brahmana,
Yeah.
but what was it like? Is there anything you can say about uh, your experience of being Hindu and being Brahmana?
Okay. Well, actually, is this is like Balinese culture,
Yeah.
and Brahma. It before is the the priest is coming from Brahmana only, but now is very different. Now is many priests is become from normal people like
Oh, is that right?
yeah
Oh, I
uh,
didn't know that.
yeah because yeah, but I'm agree. I mean I'm not really fanatic.
No,
Also,
no, no.
also because it's too many people uh, growing now,
Hmm.
and then if the priest only from Brahman, the blood Brahman is very difficult. I mean, we can handle it. We can't handle it. Too many ceremony, too many people, and we need more priests. So we have many priests from not from Brahmana now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and also when my family they are Brahmana, is we have like a special temple. Every Brahmana they have to go in same temple like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean you have a special family temple?
yeah, special family temple.
Where
Uh,
is it at home?
at home is everybody have, but if somewhere in Tegalalang, Gianyar, there is only Brahmana go there.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a big temple there, but it's mostly my cousin, all relative from Brahmana is they go there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh, uh-huh.
and before Brahmana is people they put in like everyone respect, like they put in up more top than other people.
Right.
But now it's changing. Now it's people are the same. Like we work as a carpenter, they work. But long time ago when it's King Century, is everybody we can arrange organize like Brahmana only doing the religion stuff, and then other people doing a farmer, other people doing making knife or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's all different, all changing. We have no much rice field and everything changed because too many people in Bali.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The culture little bit changed about that.
How has it changed?
Yeah, because the modern thing make the change.
But in what way has it changed?
Yeah, something like that. Like I told you, the people getting more people in Bali, and then getting competition to have a job.
Yeah,
And uh, before when it's King Century, we know if I was born from Brahmana, I know what to do. Is only doing religion.
yeah,
But when now we cannot do that. So that's changed when the tourism start and that people we cannot live without like that culture
yeah,
because we need money for
yeah,
living. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
David, what is your originally from? Where?
where am I from?
Yeah.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, America, Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Okay.
America. I'm
Okay.
I'm from Texas, but when I left home when I was 18
Yeah.
and lived in Mexico and traveled in South America for over a year. And then I
Okay.
went to San Francisco when I was 21.
Yeah.
And that's been the San Francisco area, either north of it or south of it, or San Francisco is where I've lived
Uh,
mainly, mainly
with
in America.
with your
Yeah.
parents?
Pardon?
With your parents?
No, 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 no. I left home when I was 18.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah.
uh, and but I always I was on good. My father died when I was young. I was always very close with my mother, and I'd come back and visit, and she'd visit me and my sister. My sister also moved to
Uh,
San Francisco,
okay.
but I got involved with Zen Buddhism when I went to San Francisco.
Yeah, okay.
So that's my whole life has been around Zen Buddhism.
San
Uh,
Francisco, yeah.
yeah, there
Okay.
and here too. I go to Brahma Vihara Rama
Oh, yeah.
up
Yeah.
in Singaraja and Banjar. I've
Mm.
gone to Vipassana retreats there, and I've
Yeah.
done. Do you know Bali Usada with Murta Ada?
Yeah, I know that's yoga and
Yeah,
meditation.
yeah. I go to their retreats too. Although
Oh,
I'm 75 now, uh,
oh, yeah. Okay.
I can do. I think I might still do Murta Ada's retreats, but those Vipassana retreats, wow, they're
Oh.
they're difficult.
Mm.
uh,
You look young. 72 is look young.
uh,
Still strong.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, uh, is your daughter around?
Yeah, Radha is listening. You want to talk to Radha?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just hang on.
Radha.
Hello.
Hi, Radha. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Okay, good, good. Um, so I just met you a few days ago when you were singing with your father
Yeah.
at Umba, and you sang a Amy Winehouse song.
Yep, I am. I was. I
Yeah,
love her so much. Like she
yeah.
she's my kind of my role model on singing, so yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. And how old are you?
I'm 17 now.
17. And
Yep.
you told me you were in the last year of high school.
Yeah, I am at third grade right now
Oh,
in high school.
how come you speak such good English?
Well, well, some people say that, but I don't really think it's good. But yeah, I learn a lot on YouTube and
Uh,
my yeah, and I have a lot, and my dad have a lot of friends out there, so that makes me want to learn more about English. So yeah.
do you have Boulay friends?
Yeah, yeah, some in Australia mostly
Uh-huh.
on sorry in Perth. So
Have
yeah,
you been there?
yeah. When I was on junior high school for
Uh-huh.
exchange student.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I was like 13 or 14, like, yeah. And it was a great experience though. And
Hmm.
I am with my host family, so that's why I have some friends there.
Well, are, how involved are you with music?
I am actually new with music, like I am not really well, I was born with music, like my dad is a musician, so I listen to a lot of music a lot and heard him doing his with his guitar a lot, so that makes me, wow, I love music, like music run in my blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And I just and I figured out I just love to sing, and yeah.
Yeah. You've got a good voice. Very nice. Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, and do you play an instrument?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I play ukulele.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when my dad can do the guitar for me, so I can play it by myself, the ukulele while I'm singing. So yeah,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
I could play piano for a bit and
did
guitar
you
for a
say
bit.
piano?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah. I just learned piano classic.
Yeah.
I think since last year.
Wh- Um, who do you take piano class with? I only know one place, but
Well, I learned at Palawan's music school.
uh-huh.
Yeah, so they teach me that there, and they have the piano there, and yeah.
Do you do you know who Indra Lesmana is?
Sorry?
Do you know who Indra Lesmana is?
Indra Lesmana.
He's a jazz pianist.
I think I've heard about him, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure I know him even.
he's very very well known, but
Yeah.
mainly jazz. But he's done popular music too. And
Oh,
his daughter,
really?
he owns a record company,
Oh,
and
wow.
he has a music school. Uh, in you know, I never know the name of anything because I don't drive, but
Mhm.
I can tell you later. He has a music school,
Mhm.
and I know one of his one of his piano teachers, and she's very very nice.
Gosh.
Uh, Maybe I could introduce you to her.
Oh yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
I would love to know her.
yeah. Well, that's great. Well, look, what's it like for you growing up in Bali?
What it's like? Wow. It's it's mixed feelings actually. Well, first I love it in here because here you can at first the food is like, amazing. Like the taste is amazing, and I am absolutely not regret any single thing I because I born here. And another thing is the people here is really really nice, friendly,
Hmm.
and so you know so open up to other people. So I never feel lonely at all. And the what's another thing? Okay, and a lot of beach here.
Hmm.
I love to. I kind of love to chill at the sand and stuff like that. Even though it's kind of cold at night, but it's so nice to see the sky with the sea and sun in one picture. And yeah, but yeah, the thing is, this time a lot of trash, plastic trash mostly out there,
Hmm.
and it's kind of annoyed me, kind of annoyed me, but um, sometimes I just want to warn people that start changing the, the plastic thing to more reusable thing. But
Yeah,
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 it's kind of hard to do that.
yeah. Are are you do you have friends who are Muslim?
Yeah, I do. I do have.
Uh-huh. Do you have friends who are Christian?
Christian, yep, I do have a friend who is Christian.
Yeah, I meet Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, and
Hmm.
I definitely know atheists here.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they just don't
Oh,
talk about it a lot. I mean, I'm talking about Indonesians. I
hmm.
don't meet Balinese who are atheists. I meet Javanese who are atheists.
Oh, okay. Okay, right. Yeah.
But, you
How?
know, because Balinese Hinduism is so fluid.
Uh,
It's, it's, people become atheists, I think, a lot because they were taught something very narrow.
hmm.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and with a very strong, narrow belief system that didn't work for them.
Yeah.
Um,
So, well, maybe I I also think that they became atheists because they, they click, they get the definition of something, like they get it, like it's not just like they don't believe in God. It's not just come out just like that. You understand? I mean,
yeah.
they got the definition why they're here, why it's there, it's here, and stuff like that. It's not. Well, I kind of respect them, not. Yeah.
Well, I think because Indonesia is controlled by Muslims,
Mhm.
that I always hear Hindus in Bali say, there's many gods, but there's really only one God.
Yeah. Right.
Hindus in India don't say that.
Oh, really? Okay.
No. They might say the same thing in a different way. Here it's a bigger point. In India, I would say, well, aren't all the gods a manifestation of, say, Brahma or something?
Oh,
And,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then we'd talk about that. But here they always make the point, and I always think it's because, there's always this Muslim eye overlooking to make sure you believe in God. And
Yeah.
Buddhism has no God.
Mhm.
Buddhism doesn't look at things that way. But, in order to be considered a religion in Indonesia, the people in charge, when they created the 7 religions, you have to be one of
Those.
7.
Yeah, one of the 7.
Then each one of them had to have. If they didn't have God, they wouldn't accept them.
Yeah,
So
yeah, right.
they think of Buddha as a god, but Buddha's just a person.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I don't understand somehow, like, why would they do that? I mean, like, it's, well, maybe because it's different culture,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, so
yeah.
it's kind of hard to tell them that it's a new thing nowadays. So yeah, the culture is like stuck in our body, you know. So
Yeah.
that's why. That's why. That's why.
So, are are you how aware are you of global warming?
How aware? I'm very very aware. I mean, I've been, I've been, I've been changing a lot of plastic stuff into more reusable thing. Well, maybe
Mm-hmm.
some people may say that it's only small change and stuff like that, But I think even small change can change everything, It
Mm-hmm.
starts from a small change. It becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and people would follow us and follow other people and a lot more people, and then yeah, I mean, look at the world now. Look at and how it changed because of the coronavirus. You've
Yeah.
seen the news that the pollution and stuff and the river and stuff like that is kind of clear when the coronavirus came. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not the the sky's fault. It's not um the environment fault. It's us. It's the human.
Yes.
I actually kind of surprised when other people finally realize. Well, not really a lot, but like there's much more like people who realize this that this is kind of the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, Good for you. I
yeah.
mean, good for you being that aware.
Yep, I'm so aware. Like, yeah. I'm so aware. Like, this is where we live. So, like, hello, there's no planet B, you know?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Good for you. Um, um, what about your friends? Do your friends share this same sort of awareness?
Well, yeah, my friends do. I told them to like, you know, if the animals die, the sky is kind of turning dark, and then where do you want to live? Like, you know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we live because of them, you know, you understand?
Good.
I mean, like, they are here before us.
Yeah.
So, like, we have to take care of them. We have to take care of the trees, the everything in this earth. So, like, why don't you just take care? Like, you know, and when people start to, you know, like, taking away the animals and stuff, I'm just wondering, like, they're not even mad when we come to the earth, you know? The animals doesn't even mad to us when we came to the earth. So, like, why would we mad to them? Such
Yeah.
a shame.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my friends really like, oh yeah, that's right, and then start changing things, and yeah.
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 Yeah. Uh, mm, uh, well, that's really good. So now, so you're a senior in high school.
Yep, I am.
Do you use that term? I mean, that's the last year in high school. I
Mhm.
call senior. Uh, and so, what's next?
I think I'm gonna take college. I mean, yeah, university, and I'm gonna try to learn more about things. Well, I'm not sure where I'm going, but yeah, I'm going to where I supposed to be.
Huh. Um, so, do you have a choice? Do you have a favorite choice where you want to go?
Yeah, I am still thinking about the songwriting and stuff, you know.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and or maybe I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm not really sure where, but I think it's about like singing or yeah, music.
Huh.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's not
But you
far
do
away.
you know what college where? Uh, like
Mm,
Singaraja, somewhere outside of Indonesia.
well, it's in Indonesia, but I think I'm gonna go outside from Bali. But if I couldn't get there, well, I'm gonna stay here in Bali.
Where would you go outside of Bali? Jakarta?
Uh, no, I think Yogyakarta.
Jogja. Oh yeah, I was going to say I hope it's Jogja. That's a I love Jogja.
Right, right. It's like, you know, like that place is like a heaven, you know?
Yeah. It's the intellectual center of Indonesia.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list also. I
Yeah.
love it there.
Now, I've never been to Jakarta and I imagine I will never go to Jakarta.
Okay,
Uh,
why?
but my wife Katrinka and I have been to Jogjakarta,
Mm-hmm,
in the center of Java,
mm-hmm.
and with the wonderful Balibadur.
Oh, Borobudur.
Oh yeah, Borobudur. Yeah, near there. That's why we went,
Mm-hmm.
because people. A lot of people they hear Indonesia, they just think of Borobudur, the biggest Buddhist um, mm, what would you say,
Uh,
archaeological site in the world.
yeah,
And
temple,
it's
yeah.
amazing. There's a lot of other great things to say there, but we just enjoyed it. One thing, the city was clean and
Yeah,
efficient.
mm,
Uh,
yeah.
it's much more together than Bali.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I totally agree, actually. Even though I never been there, but like I I can imagine how pure the city there. So
Yeah. So, yeah, I really think you should. I want to introduce you to some people involved with Indra Lesmana's school.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
sure.
Indra and the people they play pretty fast moving jazz. Well, I mean
Oh,
they'll play
nice.
jazz. What I'm used to hearing,
Uh-huh.
they'll play jazz standards. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they'll start off sounding sort of normal, and then they'll start improvising on it, and they're really amazing. Uh,
Oh, nice.
but anyway, well, enough of that.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, okay. Next.
well, is there anything else you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to talk about? Anything that's important to you? Or...
Um, well, what? Okay. I think what I want to tell a lot of people is just the global warming stuff and about I think mental illness. Is that make sense?
Would you say that again because the dog barking
Sorry.
got in the way?
Yeah. Wait. So it's the global warming stuff and uh, maybe about mental illness, maybe.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, those two are like the priority topic in this world right now that is going on, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Um,
I'm really happy to hear you say that because I also connected you with the unspoken Bali poetry slam.
uh-huh.
I showed you and so I've heard a lot of poetry from young people here,
Mm-hmm.
and so whenever I read a poem, it's almost always
Oh.
about global warming. I mean, I don't really care about poetry. I want to I just want to put in their heads that, hey, we're
Yeah.
all being threatened and you're the people
Yeah.
who could do something about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 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 right. I mean, I love to see those people who actually aware of this thing, like awake, you know? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, and I follow a lot on Instagram and yeah, a lot of things like that because it's kind of what, like I feel it's like a motivation for me and
yeah,
an
good.
inspiration. So like, yeah, this is the earth that we're living. It's on crisis.
Yeah. Um, and are you aware of I think they're sisters from the Green School who had the movement to eliminate plastic bags. Are you
Oh,
aware of them?
to eliminate the plastic bag?
The, there's, I don't know their names. There's two sisters who went to the Green School.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can look it up right now. Who started a movement here to eliminate plastic bags. They've been very successful.
Wow, that's probably great. Like, I mean, like, how do they do that? I mean, how can they eliminate it? You know?
Well, they tried to. The governor has tried to outlaw plastic
Yeah,
bags.
the governor is banning a lot of plastic bags, but yeah.
Yeah, here we are. Here, I'll read you a little bit about them.
Okay.
5 years ago, two young women decided they were going to do something about the plastic problem on their island of Bali.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And Bye Bye Plastic Bags was born.
Alright.
How young? So young, one of them couldn't make it to our midweek interview. She's at school,
Mm.
explained 18-year-old Malati Widge. Let me look at this.
Okay.
Malati Widgeson, talking about her 16-year-old sister Isabel. Anyway, bye-bye plastic bags, as they've been very successful in terms of Bali. Like I said, the governor has outlawed plastic bags, but, no matter what laws they make or anything, we are overwhelmed with plastic.
Yep, we are yeah.
But the I'd like to see if I could get get them on a podcast, because I've heard them speak at a Bali International Women's Association banquet.
Oh,
My wife is in that biwa, and I heard them speak there. And they're sort of known internationally now. But now they're getting into global warming, and really, global warming is a much bigger problem than the plastic problem and the pollution problem, because it's like plastics and pollution are poisoning us, but global warming is going to kill us.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I've been very impressed with them. So, the hope for the world is with young people.
Yeah, actually, in our generation, we call it Generation Z, and we have a lot of hope in us, Like, I think we're the one who can stop this.
Yeah.
But we need a lot of help, too, from the newer generation and the older generation. So, yeah.
I wrote a song about it.
Oh, really?
I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
It's called Okay Boomerang.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, it's.
Do you know about Okay Boomer?
Yeah. I was about to say, is it an inspiration? Yeah.
It's about Okay Boomer.
Nice.
And I call it Okay Boomerang.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
Yeah, and it's on YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for you. Hey, thank Gus a lot.
Yeah.
Gus, it's hard not to say Gus because it's spelled G-U-S. And that's a common name in the Western world. Well, in America anyway. But his name is from Agus.
Yeah, Agus.
Which...
it's like you're saying, Gus Angsa? Goose, a swan,
Oh, yeah, you mean Goose the bird.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like saying that way.
Yeah. Yeah. But, a lot of names sound like something else. So maybe at first you think of a goose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how do you say goose in Indonesian?
Angsa.
Angsa?
Yeah.
Right here, I'm going to write it. G-O-O-S-E. Angsa, right. I've never used that word.
Okay, now you know that.
Now I know that. Angsa. That's funny. But I don't think Angsa when I think of goose.
Okay.
They're what you call homonyms.
Sorry?
You know that word, homonym?
Homonym? No.
It's homonyms are words that sound alike but have different meaning.
Okay. What kind of homonym?
Like bear, the word bear. All right. There's the animal, but it also means bear.
B-A-R-E, right?
B-E-A-R.
Yeah, B-E-A-R, and it could sound like B-A-R-E.
Right, B-A-R-E. And also, I can't bear it. I think I can't bear it means, I can't take it, it's too much.
Right.
Some words have, the word in English that has the most meaning?
What?
Is the word set, S-E-T.
Set.
It's got 40 meanings.
40 meanings?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I remember. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I understand.
Or we might say 40 usages.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a common word. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very common. Okay, I checked up on it, and scent used to have the most meanings, but now the word run does. But it's way more than what I said. It's like, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, per the 1989 issue, the word set has 430 definitions. And the word run has surpassed it with 645 definitions. Far out. So when I hear Gus now, I think I don't see the animal. I see Agus. Yeah. All right. Well, look, that's really great talking with you.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much. And
Thank you. No, I am. Thank you. It's such an honor.
yeah, my honor.
Thank
Radha. Now.
Okay. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, thank you very much, Ida Ayu Radha, and your father, Gus Suteja. And thank you, dear listener, for being with us. So, until next time, this is DC Booba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, with Dogette Bandita and Feline Cuchita and dear lovely Katrinka, wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.
Oh.